Just give us 2 minutes, gentlemen. We're waiting for 2 or so people. Just give us 2 minutes.
Ainda nem possível.
Moisa. Our apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We're just waiting for a few leaders who are supposed to be joining us.
I give up. I give up. I will leave. Inspired. Inspired.
Hey, what?
Blessed.
Yes, yes.
So far down.
I think we can start to catch up with us later. Our sincerest apologies, members of the fourth state, for our late people of this press conference. Welcome to Morgan Richard Changrai House. I think we are all aware that Zimbabweans are waiting with bated breath for the big day on Friday, the 16th of August. The press are here. Zimbabweans are waiting with bated breath for the 16th of August 2019 for the big day, where Zimbabweans will sonorously express their displeasure at the multi-layered crisis afflicting Zimbabweans. I think most of you are aware that a lot of fake news has already started doing the rounds. ZANU-PF is at it again, trying to tell the people that no, there is no longer any demonstration. We want to state here clearly and unequivocally that the demonstration is proceeding. It's all systems go. We have complied with the law and we are proceeding with our demonstration on Friday. But anyway, to take us through the party's position, we've just had our usual and routine National Standing Committee meeting. To take us through this press conference, I think we've got the party spokesperson, Honorable Fortune Daniel Molokele, and to the left is the chair of the Women's Assembly, Honorable Paulina Mpariwa. Honorable Molokele will take us through the party statement, after which I will then open the floor for questions. Mr. Spokesperson.
Thank you, Luke. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Judging by the turnout, this is a very pressing issue, and we're very excited for all of you managed to make it. I got some messages from someone complaining that they're on their way, they don't want us to start, but I think we'll need to start because we were originally supposed to start at 2. Some of the leaders who are supposed to be part of this meeting or of this conference, we hope they will join us. I'll start by reading the statement that we've just prepared. As Luke has confirmed, we're meeting for the leadership, the National Standing Committee today to look at the state of preparedness in terms of Friday. And the good news that we have for the people of Zimbabwe is that we are definitely going ahead. On Friday, Harare is going to come out in their numbers. And we are definitely going ahead. Ignore this whole propaganda. We are definitely going ahead. That's the message that is coming out. All systems go. And it's very important for everyone out there to know that we are not even thinking twice. We are very clear, emphatically clear that on Friday we are going ahead. We are going ahead. And not just on Friday. It's just the launch date. It's a series. It's a permanent process until we resolve issues. So as some of you have heard, we are definitely going ahead on Friday in Harare, on Monday in Bulawayo, on Tuesday in Gweru, on Wednesday in Masvingo, and on Thursday in Mutare, and we'll continue to roll out town by town, city by city. So this is a nationwide strategy to allow all Zimbabweans across this country to freely express themselves. So it's not just Harare, just to be clear to everyone else, it's across Zimbabwe, and more towns and cities will be joining in due course. But we're starting with these 5. We're starting with Harare, Bulawayo, Gweru, Masvingo, and Mutare. Let me just read the statement and then afterwards we'll continue. Some of the leaders. Okay, sorry, let me wait for the leaders.
Joining us here is the national organizer, Honorable Amos Baya, and the national youth chairperson, Comrade Odeiti Resto. When you see the organizer, you must know that the party is now very organized. We are ready to go.
Okay. It's all systems go for the People's March on Friday. Zimbabwe is at a crossroads. On the 31st of July 2019, Zimbabweans, on the 31st of July 2018, Zimbabweans overwhelmingly voted for President Nelson Chamisa. That election was stolen in broad daylight, and since then, the crisis of legitimacy has manifested itself through multi-layered challenges that have manifested themselves through such issues as power shortages, the load shedding that we're seeing, water and fuel shortages, indecent wages, high prices, and general erosion of people's dignity, among other challenges. To express their displeasure at the serious challenges that we are facing as a country, Zimbabweans will begin a series of peaceful marches and demonstrations that will kick off in Harare on Friday, 16 August 2019. The preparations for the Free Zimbabwe March, which is what we're calling Friday's March, are now at a very advanced stage. It's now all systems go. All the necessary logistical preparations have been done, and we're looking forward to a successful and also very peaceful march by all Zimbabweans on Friday. The MDC is a peaceful party, and we're a law-abiding party, and to that end, we have made sure that we've complied with the requirements both of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, especially under Section 59, which gives us the right to demonstrate, to petition peacefully. We've also made sure that we've complied with the law and order maintenance provisions, especially under the Public Order and Security Act, Last week we notified the police according to the law, and we need to very clearly state that the police do not have the authority to stop the march. Their responsibility, according to the law of the country, is to ensure that the march is peaceful, is orderly, and so on. So that is their constitutional duty, and that is their legal duty. So there are other fake rumors that are going ahead that the police need to give clearance and whatever. We are going ahead because the High Court ruled a few months ago that the police do not have any legal authority to stop a march that is organized under Section 59 of the Constitution of this country. So the other important thing about Friday and indeed next week is that there will be no party regalia. So we want to be clear that no one is going to wear MDC regalia because this is not an MDC march. This is a people's march. The MDC is just a facility, facilitating the will of the people of Zimbabwe. So if you are a Zimbabwean, you want to express yourself, feel free to wear whatever you want to wear. We heard that ZANU-PF is already busy printing out a MDC regalia, so let them go ahead and maybe donate it to the party for future use. But definitely on Friday, we're not going to wear MDC regalia. If anyone is seen wearing MDC regalia, suspect that that person has been planted by ZANU-PF and automatically is a culprit. Every Zimbabwean will be marching to end this suffering that we've been experiencing. I think every Zimbabwean has been experiencing it in all sorts of formats. We will continue to march. We will not stop until a legitimate people's government is put in place, because in Zimbabwe today we have a crisis of legitimacy. And then once and for all, we will make sure that we will not rest until there is finality and resolution on this issue of legitimacy. And we will do everything in our power to ensure that the demonstration is done peacefully. We have put in place mechanisms to ensure that it's a peaceful demonstration. We are aware of ZANU-PF trying to characterize this demonstration, which is not their demonstration, as violent. So we'll be having marshals that we have trained, and we'll be having cameras in place, and we're encouraging marchers to use their own cell phones to record the march. Anyone seen to be violent is not representing the people's will. It's not representing the march. If you see anyone who is violent, and this is a message to the police, that if you see anyone becoming violent or trying to disrupt the march, arrest that person. They are not representing the people of Zimbabwe. Neither are they members of the MDC. Do your duty as the law enforcement agent. Arrest each and every one of them. So our members and the people of Zimbabwe are peaceful people. So any form of violence that will be seen on Friday will not be emanating from the people of Zimbabwe, neither will it be emanating from the members of the MDC. So we will continue with the march. It will be a peaceful march. The police have been notified of the route. Let's be very clear that we will be encouraging every Zimbabwean to express themselves in terms of this march. And when we march, we will be marching for all the issues that are affecting Zimbabweans today, that are a manifestation of this crisis of legitimacy, where we have a president who was not elected by the people of Zimbabwe, but was elected by the ZEC and the Constitutional Court. We will be marching for all those social issues that are affecting us. The unemployment that we are facing, we'll be marching for jobs, affordable health care, electricity, water, education, access to good accommodation, all the issues that are affecting us, the end of the fuel shortages, the things that we are facing, decent salaries for civil servants, not just for a certain part of the civil service, but everyone else. Also, those who are not working in government, in private sector and other sectors, we also will be marching for them to have human and dignified salaries, because we all agree that every salary that we have in Zimbabwe is far below the reality on the ground. We shall be marching as civil servants, as youths, as women. We shall be marching as free citizens, workers, and everyone else. We shall also march for the restoration of the people's dignity and for the return of functional industries, for democracy, for accountability, for respect of human rights. We will be marching against the culture of corruption, impunity, abductions, the erosion of people's dignity, looting and embezzlement that are afflicting the country at the moment. And we will be saying no to killing and torture of innocent Zimbabweans. the current clampdown on civil society activists and party activists